Hi there, we're down on Maenporth Beach, looking over towards St Anthony's Head on the Rosen Peninsula over there. I'm just going to do a panoramic painting in oils. I mean, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, one of the first sunny days we've had for a little while. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Really noisy beach, busy with dog walkers and everything, so not sure how well it'll go. I've already been interrupted 4 times and I haven't even started. Okay, see how we get on. There's their blocking, that's what we're looking at over there, and this is an absolute nightmare of a beach. Noisiest dogs in the world on here, so I can't really do much of a voiceover. I'm just going to carry on as best I can and update you as I go. Let's try and put a few of these greens in here, just so I know where these fields are in the distance there. So that comes down like that. Some of these areas in where it's the cool shadows in the distance. Police van turned up. Here's a little update on where we got to so far. I've just blocked in all this area in the sky and start putting some of this curious sort of orangey colour which is in the water. It's really nice, reflecting the colour clouds. And I've just been laying that on the top of the thinned paint I put on, and I'll just put some cool colours in these rocks in a minute. That's the next plan, until I get disturbed again. Interesting that that sandbank just there has just appeared as the tide's gone out, so I'm going to include that little bit in there as well. Okay, it's a little update on what we've done so far up to this point. We've continued a little bit more with the sky. So we've got the sandbank which has appeared out there now, as you can see, as the tide's gone out. So we've included that now in the little channel running in there. I've hinted at some of the seaweed. I didn't want to put too much on that side because I quite like that hard edge. But I'm looking at it now, the edge is made of the seaweed, so I might include that actually. And we've just been adding some cool colours into these rocks. Different greys and things which we've mixed up on the palette. My messy palette, it's just the way I like it. Okay, that's that update. We'll do another session on that update and then I think we'll call it a day because it's getting a bit chilly in the shade here and it's way too noisy for me and busy. You can see now I've just included a few of these light sandy areas in amongst the rocks and added these orange seaweedy areas. I want to try and keep it as loose as I can, so I quite like the feel of it at the moment. Without being too detailed, I quite like that, so try and keep this loose feel about it. Okay, we're going to call it a day now. This is as far as we got. and I think it's going to start raining. Typically the light's gone now, and we got as far as this, which is quite nice. Quite happy with what we've got so far. I'll have a look at it when we get back in the studio and make any corrections as I feel necessary in the studio. Right, thanks for watching this segment, and we'll look at it in the studio and see what, if anything needs doing to it. We're back in the studio now. We're going to be finishing off the painting which is behind me over there, which we were doing on Wednesday morning on Maenporth Beach near Falmouth. It's all pretty dry. There's a few areas which are still a bit tacky, but it's nothing. That's nothing to worry about. It's had 3 days. So what's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? It's had 3 days to dry, so dry enough to paint on top of. And there's the palette over there, which I'll be going through right now. Right, so here's my mixing palette and all my various bits and pieces. It's on a table. It's a glass palette, and I've just there's my box of paints, all brushes laid out in different sizes in jars. So I've got my riggers and smaller brushes, a lot of filberts and small flats there, and the bigger ones over there. And in this little pot here I've got some varnishing brushes, which I quite like, all the different oils and things, and just jars. I'm not quite sure what's in some of them now. I've got yeah, sort of stand oil, walnut oil, linseed oil. Some things, these like antiques, but I don't use that. Amber varnish, but I quite like the look of it, so I just like to have it there. It's quite nice. I've laid out my palette with the tubes so you can see what I'm using. So we've got a ivory black, manganese blue, cobalt blue. I put some ultramarine out there. Got a violet. That's a really nice colour. I do like that. Although it lasts for a lot, that's lasted me about 8 years, so I don't use a lot of it. Got raw sienna, burnt umber, Indian red. Today it's alizarin crimson. Normally it's magenta, but I want to get this used up, so I'm only going to use magenta from now on. Got cadmium red, cadmium yellow, lemon yellow, and we've got a titanium white today. Sometimes I'll put out this really sharp yellow, just like yes, lemon yellow, but it's very sharp compared to the Michael Harding one. You can see the difference. That's really, I find that useful if I'm doing sort of conifer trees and things like that, where you've got that really sharp green, sometimes yellow green that comes when the sun hits the needles of the trees. Got a pot of non-odor terps there, dirty one. I'll just wash the brush between colours in that if I want to just keep with the same brush. That's my homemade painting medium, which I've put together in here, which is basically equal parts of terps, stand oil and damar varnish, and that's what we're going to be working on now from memory to finish off what we were doing outside on Maenporth Beach. Great, let's get on with that, see if we can get that finished. Sometimes when you're out painting outdoors, you put something on and it looks great, get it back home and it's gone a bit dull, so it does need a bit of a lift when you get it back into the studio. Well, I find anyway. That's I don't want to lose everything which I've got underneath. I'll do the same here. Drag a little bit of that across that water. And this is from memory now, so just having a bit of fun laying on this paint. Where the sand is, we're going to make that, use a cadmium red and yellow ochre. There's a bit of medium in the paint. What I don't like is this diagonal here, so I'm going to have to cut into that. Nice orange we had here in the water. I don't want to lose that. Let's try and get some of that back in. So basically dragging this across. This is on board, a bit of MDF this one. It's got a bit of texture, so I can drag the brush holding it flat, just lightly going over the surface of the board with the dried paint, and I'm just picking up the texture like that, and that'll just help this area, it'll help it stand out where this is reflecting the sky. There are a few lighter areas on there. That's nice, let's look at that. sort of greeny blue mixed up with the manganese blue. I've used the lemon yellow and some of the alizarin crimson in there. Yeah, that's better. I like that more now. Right, let's just give this a little bit of a lift at the back. Some of the greens. This is a shadow which is cast from the cliff and trees which are to the right where I was standing. This is the sand, some areas of sand. I've got to just do something with this. I don't like that line it's breaking up. It's just really not very good. I'm going to try and work out what to do with that. Okay, let's just put this. I'm just going to change the angle of this slightly, so I'm going to just bring this up there like that. So it's not such a straight line there. And that, something like that. Alter this slightly here as well. These are just where some sort of water. So now that's dry enough, I can just put a lighter mark somewhere up there. Oh, that's the lighthouse. Using pretty neat colour here. It's just like cadmium red and the violet mixed together. And it's quite good fun, that is. This is a blue and Indian red mix. I wonder if that would work in there. Okay, let's just try and tidy these up and make them all like rocks. Let's try shoving a bit of this blue on here. See what that does. I think that's as good as finished now. Works a lot better for me now. Good morning session, or good hour session in the studio, just to finish it off, tidy up. Yeah, really pleased with that one now. Thanks for watching that studio segment along with the plein air outdoor session. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time.